Welcome back, Blue Raider Nation, to another Blue Raider Breakdown post-game show. This time around, we have assistant coach Eric Wilson here with us at the men's basketball team after a tough loss against the Belmont Bruins, 83-62. First, I just want to get your reaction, Coach. I know out of the first half, you were only down by 4, and then it kind of, just left your hands, and it was just, a lot of what you were saying earlier, too many leaks everywhere to kind of solidify those and just continue on. So what were you seeing from your guys on the court?
Well, absolutely. First off, you got to credit Belmont. Terrific group, really good offensively, and I think, over the course of the 40 minutes, they kind of wore on us, and you're trying to stop this from happening, and then that happens, and then you start to stop that from happening, and this happening, and so I thought they were able to really establish a rhythm offensively in the second half. They scored it around the paint. They made threes. I thought their ability to get the loose balls and kick out threes really hurt us, and so. I think you got to give them a lot of credit. They came in and shot the ball really well. They played really well. They're a good group.
Speaking of shooting really well, they can, especially around the perimeter. How do you think this will teach the guys, especially for Middle Tennessee, just to make sure that they're defensively on it?
Yeah, I think, when you're dealing with guys like, Tyler Lundblade, who is one of the nation's best shooters, Sam Orm, who shoots it really well, and down the line for them. But it just really tests your alertness and your urgency defensively. And so I hope our guys learn, like when we play teams like this who shoot the perimeter jump shot as well as they do, how alert and how aware you have to be defensively. So we'll take losses, and learn from them and grow from them. And I think that's one of the things we can grow from this game.
Coach was saying, shooting-wise for us, it just wasn't really falling our way. That was a bit of a struggle after the first half because the first half, came out firing.
Yeah.
How do you think you continue that momentum from the first half to the second half to make sure it's just a full 60-minute game?
I think, and you've watched us play most of the year, that was kind of uncharacteristic of our group. We've shot the basketball really well, too. And so, obviously, the first half we did shoot it well. In the second half, for whatever reason, not so much. But, I just think we got to stay true to who we are. We share it and shoot it. We'll get back to work. Guys will shoot. Guys will continue to work at it. I liked a lot of the looks that we got. For whatever reason tonight, they just didn't go in. But I think we got to continue to stay true to who we are and talk about good offense and passing it and sharing it and shooting the right ones. And I like our team in that aspect. So I think we'll continue to grow in that portion of the game and get better as well.
Actually, it wasn't 60 minutes of a game. It's 40 minutes of a basketball game. So sorry. I just want to correct myself on that. I'm thinking too much of football right now.
It felt like 60 out there tonight. It felt like 60 out there tonight.
But when you're looking at guys like Torrey Austin, I know Chris Leaf had a better game than he did the other day. When you're looking at those guys for leadership, TG as well, what are you saying to them to just make sure that they're talking to the guys that are transferred in, the JUCO guys, to make sure that you are playing a full game offense and defense?
Well, first off, like those three guys that you talked about, I get great joy in coaching and watching those three in particular because they're three guys that have been there for, a handful of years. Trey Green's been here for 4 years. His first year here, first 2, 3, he didn't talk at all.
Mm-hmm.
And now seeing him grow and blossom and develop into one of our leaders has been awesome. Chris Loof and Torrey the same way. Those guys came in together as freshmen and, have kind of worked their way up the totem pole in our program. So watching their growth and development, not only on the floor but off the floor, it's been really gratifying. And seeing Chris, bounce back and have, 10 boards a night, that's who Chris is. And Chris is a relentless worker. He's a student of the game, does everything you ask of him. So I think our program is in good hands with guys like those three being our leaders. And we have a good group of transfer guys who came in who are following and leading in their own way as well. But those three guys are very special to us just because, their longevity and they've been here. And watching those guys grow from freshmen who barely spoke. Torrey, we redshirted the first year, wasn't physically ready to play, to watch him develop and grow like he has. So I'm super proud of those guys, and I'm excited about their growth, and I'm excited about watching them continue to develop throughout the season.
I know the depth is also continuing to build, but now you have 10 days where you're going to, go back to the drawing board and figure out things before you start conference play, Kennesaw State here at the Murphy Center. Mm-hmm. Where's your head at in a sense of just giving me that look? Exactly. 10 days is quite a bit of time, especially in a basketball season to kind of, because Kennesaw State is going to come in here, they have a pretty good program as well.
Very good. So I think the one thing with the 10-day break that we're excited about, one, guys, academically, exams are coming up.
Yes.
So when you have that component of practice, and then exams and studying, just having a little bit of break of basketball that we have to focus and lock in on academics, I think is key. But the other part, I think, is being able to get healthy, get some rest. We've played a lot of games in a short period of time. We've been in the Cayman, we've been to Michigan, we've been, played, the Evansville. And so being able to use this time to rest, I think is critical. And then, two, kind of just kind of assess the first 9, 10 games, kind of see what we've done well that we can continue to do, what we struggle with that we continue to get better at, and kind of flip the script a little bit and work on some things over the next break. So we'll do that. We'll rest. We'll get better. We'll evaluate our group, and then understand, too, on the back end of that, we're playing a really good basketball team coming in here in Kennesaw State. So it'll be fun, exciting game. And we had 2 really good games with those guys a year ago, and Petway and that crew has done a really good job. So it'll be another really, really good basketball team coming in here in a couple of weeks.
Coach was asked this in the press conference, and he said this is a great question. I'm going to give Jake Bolden of the Blue Raider podcast a mention for this, but I'm going to get your opinion on it. Are you satisfied with what you all have accomplished so far this season?
Probably not ever satisfied.
Yeah.
Obviously want more. Thought, we left some meat on the bone in a couple of games. Out in Caymans makes, an example that, 1 or 2 games I thought we could have won. I thought the Michigan game, we played well enough a lot of that game to give ourselves a chance to win. But I do like where this group is headed. I think they're hard workers. I think they're very coachable. I think their care factor to listen and want to be successful and win, I think, is high. I think their care factor for each other is high. So I think anytime you've got high character kids who will work, I think you have a chance to be really good. I think our ceiling is high. And so I am excited about the growth of this group. Though I wish we could have won 1 or 2 more games up to this point. I know there's a lot of season left to go, and all our goals are out in front of us. We want to be conference champions. We want to have a chance to go to the NCAA tournament. All that stuff is still in play and will be for a long time. And so I guess I'm a little bit excited about where we are right now and where we can get better at and grow. We got some guys that are banged up and hurt. I'm excited to get those guys back. We've seen some young guys, Luka being one, who has really grown and developed and gotten better over the last couple of weeks. And so excited about him. And so I just think there's a lot of growth in this group, and I'm excited about where it's headed.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Coach. I appreciate your time. And they will be back here at the Murphy Center against Kennesaw State December 17th. So make sure you're here, you're loud, and you're proud. And as always, let's go Blue.